Many popular languages, including Java, use the object-oriented programming or OOP concepts. We have been covering the OOP concepts in a series of videos: Java Object-Oriented Concepts Abstraction, Java Object-Oriented Concepts Encapsulation. In this video, we will understand inheritance. We are surrounded by objects like cars, phones, tables, chairs, etc., each of which solves a problem for us. Object-oriented programming also thinks in terms of objects and uses them to solve problems. We see a lot of examples of inheritance around us in real lives. So human babies inherit the basic characteristics of humans, so 2 legs, 2 hands, etc. A puppy inherits the traits of a dog, so 4 legs, a tail, etc. At the same time, every human also has their own unique traits, like unique fingerprints, etc. Inheritance, similarly in Java, allows a child class to inherit the attributes and methods of a parent class, at the same time allowing them to add their own fields and methods or override the methods from the parent class. So one of the big benefits of inheritance is reusability. Let's take the animal object. The animal object has attributes like color, weight, and has behavior or methods like speak, for instance. Now, let's take the fish, which is also an animal. So, it inherits all the attributes and the speak method of an animal. Well, fish speak or communicate in their own way with noises including grunts, chirps, and pops. Fishes also have additional attributes like fins, additional methods like swim. Now, dog is also an animal and inherits from it, but it has its own unique attributes like legs, which not all animals might have, a behavior or method run. In Java, these are represented as classes. So here is the parent class of animal with attributes color, weight, method speak. Here is the child class fish, which inherits from animal. Note, extends is the keyword which indicates inheritance. Here animal is the superclass and fish is the subclass. Fish extends animal. It automatically gets the attributes and methods of an animal. So you do not have to define them again over here. So it helps with reusability. Animal class is the template where you can define all the common attributes and methods, which then subclasses inherit and do not have to redefine themselves. The fish class defines its unique attribute fins and an additional method swim. The subclass can override the methods of the superclass if it so desires. So here we have overridden the speak method of the parent class with our own implementation. Notice the @override annotation. Now we can have multiple levels of inheritance. So from the fish class we can further have subclasses like goldfish, swordfish, etc. Another important thing to note is that in Java, every subclass can have only one parent or superclass. It cannot inherit from multiple classes. Also, a class can only inherit public members of its parent. Attributes and methods marked as private cannot be inherited. Constructors cannot be inherited as constructors are not members. However, a subclass can invoke the constructor of a parent class using the super keyword, as we shall see in the demo. Further, every class has a superclass. If there is not one specified, it will be by default inheriting the object class. The object class has no superclass. The other important thing to note is that if you create a variable of type subclass, so here we have created a variable fish of type fish, then it has attributes and methods of both the superclass and its own. So here the speak method from the superclass and its own swim method. However, if you instantiate it as a superclass variable type, so here as animal, even though you are doing new fish, you are assigning it to a variable of type animal. It will only get the attributes and methods of the superclass and not its own. like swim would not be available. Let's jump into a demo to see these concepts in action. Here, I'm running Spring Tool Suite, a flavor of Eclipse, but you can download and use any IDE you want. You can even use Notepad to write Java programs, but an IDE makes it very easy. So let me click New Java Project. Let's give this project a name. Click Finish. Now, here is the project. Expanding it, we see the source folder. Let's right click and choose New Class. Give it a name Animal. Click Finish. This is going to be our superclass. Let's create two public attributes, public string color and public double weight. Let's create a constructor to initialize this class as public animal, which takes in string color and double weight, and inside assigns these to the instance variables using this, which is a keyword to reference the instance variables. Let us assign this dot color to color and this dot weight to weight. Let's create a public method speak, which returns void or nothing. Inside, let's print to the console using system out println my color is, and concatenate using the plus sign color plus my weight is, and concatenate the weight. Good. Now let's create a subclass which will inherit from this class. So right click and choose New Class and call it Fish. Inside, using extends, let's indicate that it inherits from the animal class. Let us create another attribute specific to the fish called fins. So public int fins. Let's create a constructor to initialize this class. So public fish string color double weight and int fins. Let's invoke the constructor of the superclass by calling super and passing in color and weight. That will take care of initializing these two variables declared in the superclass. Then we assign this.fins to the passed fins value. And let's create another method, public void swim, where inside we are just printing to the console, I am swimming. So our class would already have the color and weight attributes it inherits from the animal class and the speak method. Now to test this, let's right click and choose New Class, call it Tester, click Finish. Inside, let's create a public static void main string args. Now this is the method which the Java runtime would call. It creates a main method within the Java application. It's a core method of the program and calls all others. It can't return values and accepts parameters for complex command line processing. Inside, let's first create a variable of type fish and instantiate it with new fish, passing into the constructor color of gray, weight of 9 and fins as 5. Now we can call method on fish. So fish dot and the IDE's IntelliSense shows the methods and attributes available. So we can see it has the color and weight attributes it inherited from the superclass, as well its own fins attribute. It has the speak method from the superclass and its own swim method. Cool. Let's call fish.speak and fish.swim. Let's run this by right clicking and choosing Run as Java Application, and we see down in the console that it was able to invoke the method speak of the superclass and its own swim method. Now if we assign new fish to an animal variable, as you can see, it can then only see attributes and methods of the animal class and can no longer see and call the swim method. Let's change it back to fish. Next, let's go to the animal class and mark color as private and the speak method as private. Going back to the tester, we see red wigglies around the speak method, as the subclass cannot inherit private members of the superclass. Similarly, it also cannot see the color attribute of the superclass. Alright, let's change these back to public. Next, let's go to the fish class and override the speak method of the parent class with the add override annotation and create our own implementation inside which we print out this is my fish specific speak method and print the color and the weight. Alright, let's go back to the tester and run it by right clicking and choosing Run as Java Application. And we see down in the console that it was able to override the speak method of the superclass with its own implementation. In this video, we learned about inheritance, in which the subclass inherits the attributes and methods of the parent class along with the ability to define its own. It can further override the parent's implementation of the methods if it so chooses. Private members of the parents are not inherited. For every class, there can be only one parent class in Java. Hope you got a good understanding of the important concept of inheritance. Thanks for watching.